Well, hello everyone. Happy New Year. Welcome, Pages and Mages. We are now starting our next arc. This one is called The Eye of the Tiger. This is the 9th episode of the D20 Initiative second season. And actually, before I get too much further, we would like to take a moment for us to recognize that the place that settlers like me now know as Calgary have a deep history and a legacy of storytelling. In the spirit of respect and truth, we honor and acknowledge that we are telling stories in the traditional territories of the Blackfoot people, the Nakota people of the Stoney Nation, the Beaver people of the Tsuut'ina Nation, the Métis Nation of Alberta Region 3, and all the people who make their homes in the Treaty 7 territories of beautiful southern Alberta. So, we'll start off by introducing you to our adventurers. First of all, we'll have your heroic players. We'll start with Sarah Bannister, who is playing Zrill. Hey, there we go. We have Curt McKinstry as Ant. We have Griffin Cork as Kyler. And we have Justin Bourne as Girrardo. All right. And our DM tonight is Jen Gerritsen. She will be your dungeon master. We have Emma Brager on sound. And of course, I'm your MC, Kevin Cork. Now, I already started to nag you in the chat, and I'm so happy that Karen and Marcy have volunteered for squeakers, but we need 2 more. So let me tell you about it. There will be times during the show where we want you, the audience, to participate, and we want you to help tell the story. So there's some errant magic that flows through our D&D world, and it will affect the players in often unexpected or strange ways. To reflect that strangeness, we want, 2 more people from the audience to volunteer. And when you get a chance, you can squeak. Now, this is a reference, an homage to the time we had at Dickens. And what it allows you to do is to trigger a random effect that the character will have affect them, and then they have to deal with while we're telling the story. So all I need right now is Karen, you have such amazing tastes. All I need right now is for 2 people to step up and say that they're willing to take the fate of the players in their hands. Let's see who we had. Oh, yes. Okay. So, Karen, I'm going to give you to Griffin Cork because I know your intention to do the best you can for him. And Marcia, I'll put you in charge of Zrill, in charge of Sarah.
Sweet.
All right. We'll give it another minute. Now, keep in mind that you can only squeak twice for the night. Once in the first half, once in the second half. Jen, when we start into the game, our DM Jen will let you know when it can happen. If you haven't tried it out, then the first round can really sort of be a test, so you can sort of get a sense. And then later in the second half, you'll know what the effect is, and you can use it to add maximum value. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean value for the players. That means maximum entertainment value.
Comedic value.
Yeah, comedic value is good. So, let me just tell you about our story so far. There is a great library on each of the 2 different worlds, the Forgotten Realms Faerun and Eberron. These 2 libraries are linked by their secretive patrons. The Sphinx Lumen in Faerun's Candlekeep, and her brother Ptolemy in Eberron's Beaconhold. In an effort to hold back a dark, mysterious force that menaces both libraries, they have assembled a brave collection of bookmarked librarians. These agents of literacy have been gathered together and sent back and forth between the worlds, helping the Sphinxes fend off the growing inexorable darkness. The Sphinxes are spending. Okay, never mind about that.
Off to a good start.
My job is to make you look good, Curt.
Thank you.
Okay, so not only are we going to give you guys immense power over the PCs, but each night, one of our volunteers will be randomly chosen to win a mini from our awesome sponsor partnership with Yeti Minis. Tonight's prize, Jen has picked a Nothic. So if you go to the Yeti Mini site, that's yetimini.com.
Love it.
Yetiminis.com, you will see what the Nothic is. So if you're anxious to get that kind of mini in your hand, make sure you volunteer.
I don't know what a Nothic is, and that's scary to me.
And faced one in the first Candlekeep adventure.
That's right.
Oh, okay.
That was a Nothic.
So
Yeah.
the chat will be running as the game starts. We are, if you have any questions, if you're new to D&D, if you're new to the format, if you're new to watching us, feel free to ask any questions. If you're up for it and you want to live tweet things using the hashtag Pages and Mages or the D20 Initiative. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Oh, and if you have any actual concerns or questions or anything along those lines, feel free to privately email us at d20initiativeyyc@gmail.com. If you like what you see, feel free to subscribe. You can do that on YouTube or Twitch. We're playing on both places. And if you don't like it, hang on as best you can, because we'll be wrapped by about 9:30, 10 o'clock. Okay. Let's see if we
And
have...
don't tell anyone.
Keep it to yourselves, yeah.
All right. So, as what you'll see is that Karen thinks this is her personal chat. And has already sort of dominated the thing. All right. All right. So I will I'll be running squeaking so far for Ant and Girrardo.
Oh boy.
Oh,
One
please
save them.
somebody volunteer.
Maybe I should have kept my mouth shut.
Kevin's scary with these things.
I'll just make a note of that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
He's gonna spend you guys.
Just-
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we open tonight with the characters, our players, talking to the two Sphinxes, Ptolemy and to Lumen. Onward, heroes. Librarians! I'm doing Ptolemy right now. This is Ptolemy. Librarians! You have done excellent work here at Beaconhold. Our team at the book launch party managed to overcome the bulbic inkwell progeny before they were able to merge into full strength and become unstoppable. Ugh. And our team here in town, led by our illustrious newly arrived Girrardo, did some quick detective work to determine that the bulbic inkwell was unearthed and awakened by someone right here in the library proper, a core betrayal of the highest edition. However, it was during the now infamous book launch battle that the bulbic entity was able to see me, and I fear it will strike back before we are ready. I can keep myself hidden from scrying as I have for centuries, but Lumen, I believe it is best that we send the librarians back to Candlekeep to keep them from being discovered. And of course, I know your need is great, regardless.
That's correct. That is very correct, Ptolemy. A lot has been happening here, and this all sounds like you did some very excellent work, my lovely Gibbons. But there is a whole lot happening here in Candlekeep, which I could use some help with, Ptolemy. So Yeah.
All right. Before I send you on, before I have you step through the pool and arrive back in Faerun, is there anything you wish us to know? Anything you wish to share with us? And
Well, I'm dreadfully afraid that there's going to be more demons on the other side in Candlekeep. Do we know anything about that?
I have a whole presentation prepared for you, Aunt. I will tell you everything that I know as soon as you get to my side of the pool.
Well, I mean, as thrilling as my first very big battle was, I fear that it was a little overwhelming as we saw Ripley's father fall, and thankfully he was revived. But I certainly don't want to see anything like that happen ever again.
you got there just in time.
That we did.
Kyler, how did you feel? What are you feeling?
Well, I felt pretty bad about stealing my mom's tickets to that thing, and then I was really happy they weren't there, especially seeing what happened with Ripley's dad. I didn't know there was going to be a betrayer inside the library. That makes me pretty nervous. So, Ptolemy, if you could, are you able to watch my mom's?
We keep track of all of our librarians' families. Of course we do.
I know I have a duty to go to Candlekeep, but there's a small part of me that wishes I could stay here if my home is in danger.
I understand. We will see how quickly we can wrap this up and stop whatever menaces the two libraries.
Roger that.
Zrill.
Kyler, I'm glad your parents weren't there too. But it was awesome. It was so cool. I have three. She's holding up three very large metal tentacle-looking things. I got 3 arms off of that ace. I knocked them off, and then I took them, and I'm going to take them back, and I'm going to send them to Rosette. And I don't know how she's going to hide it from my family, but they're going to look great over the fireplace.
Excellent. Thank you very much. And Girrardo, no, you were the unsung hero here because no one saw the detective work you did. Did you have any impressions or things you want to let the other librarians know?
Well, I think it's good that Kyler is coming back to Candlekeep. I think he'll learn some stuff from us over there, and solving that mystery really wasn't that hard. So it's good that we're gonna move on.
All right. Well, you step through the pool, and I will leave you in my sister's capable hands.
Tie the arms around me and leap through.
All right. Yeah, there's the pool inside Ptolemy's very large, spacious cavern, as we've all heard about. And when you are ready to traverse through the parallel universes, enter the pool.
Girrardo.
Yeah,
I grab onto one of Zrill's metal arms just as she's going through and get time.
You didn't find out who it was, did you?
That's still unclear.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you know, you'll tell me, right?
I'll circle back to you on that one. Yeah.
Great. I
Yeah.
do a perfect form dive into the pool.
Can I go, Aunt?
Yeah, give her!
A cannonball.
And I cannonball right after.
Still, one arm on the other arm.
on the metal arm.
Girrardo dips his toe in. He's like, "Oh, I hate this part."
You get in there and it's not so bad because it's not really water, and it has this weird gravity. I mean, not like physics really works in D&D anyway, but like gravity is pulling you real fast, real low, suddenly like down, and then there's like this point where you're just floating, almost completely neutral, where there is no gravity in any direction. And it's like you are floating through the cosmos at that one moment. You have a brief moment to reflect on what you've been through, where you're going, and whether or not you have any particular concerns about Candlekeep or what you've been dealing with. Is there anything that you want to reflect on, Zrill?
All this combat's been super exciting. I'm happy my weapons are holding up, and I trust my friends, and I think we're gonna be okay. We're gonna get it. We're gonna win.
Nice, and perhaps reflect is a nice word to use as you're going through sort of mirrors between these two universes. Ant, is there anything that you are reflecting on and looking forward to?
I worry for my friends and family in Candlekeep, and but that is fueling sort of an inevitable feeling that I'm being drawn deeper and deeper into something much larger than myself, and I'm just excited.
Wonderful. And Girrardo, here you are suspended. What are you thinking?
I look forward to sleeping in my bed again.
Probably one of the nicest beds of all these folks, being the quartermaster of Candlekeep. And Kyler, here you are going, leaving your home behind and going to a new universe. How are you feeling as you're heading back towards Candlekeep?
I was always known that he's smart, but until Ripley's dad almost died, he never thought of himself as strong, and he needed to be strong right there. And now I don't think Kyler knows if he's strong enough for the rest of it, but he's pretty smart, so we'll see.
Nice. And just as you had that moment where you think, is this it? Is this, what? Is this where I stay forever now? Gradually it begins to pull on you harder and harder, and it's like you are now ascending, and you come popping like corks out of the mirror pool in Lumen's cavern beneath the massive cliffs of Candlekeep. And you pop out and onto the flagstones of her, cavern might not be as big as Ptolemy's, but it's tastefully, well, okay, actually tasteful is not really a word that applies to Lumen, but it's exuberantly decorated these days with shimmering lines of rainbow glitter that pulse out from every one of her paw steps. And you see her, she pounces on the platform beside the living rock of the cavern. And of course, you remember that Lumen is a tiger sphinx with black raven wings. And this connection that she has, like physically between herself and the living rock of the library, which gives her some measure of control and understanding of what's happening in Candlekeep Greater, was restored courtesy of the hard work of you librarians. And so these laser lines of power that she's also in control of streak through the air above the pool, making a screen on which the presentation of Checklist to Victory is projected in bullet point form. So she's very excited to see you, and you can look up at her, and she's like gesturing with her paw and her wing towards the screen above, and she's like, step number 5, determine the nature of the invasion. Check. You guys did a great job of that last time you were here. We decided it was a force that erases literal words and sometimes even the ability to understand them in the form of like oozes, like word-bane oozes and enfeebling fogs. We have named it the Erasure. It also seems to be infiltrating and compromising at least one bookmaster here at Candlekeep. We don't know who to trust outside of ourselves. She looks around, she pauses, looks at each of you, and her eyes, glowing eyes, look at each one of you, and she says, my friends, my brave and strong ostriches and emus, you must steel yourselves. While you dealt with the issues of Beaconhold, which I do not begrudge. It sounds like you did some really great work there and like saved people's lives, so like that's great. But the invasion has taken almost like a quarter, like 25% of the deep vaults of Candlekeep. These ones are the secret ones, many layers far under the mountain, stacks not part of the librarian's usual catalog. Candlekeep proper up above does not seem to have noticed yet, but there's a mass of roiling oozes and fogs now at the heart of the mountain, and it's okay, look, it's honestly beyond anybody's ability to fight at this point. We must take it to the top of the operation, to the heads of the invasion, to the compromised bookmaster or bookmasters that must be behind it. She pauses, and you can see that the rainbow colors intensify in the connections between Lumen and Candlekeep, as though, like, information is just now coming in. Just like old-timey news. Oh, she says, interesting. Well, I sense that at least one person outside of our circle is about to discover it. Bookmaster Mal Thodak, the head archivist. Oh, how interesting. She's currently exploring one of the deep vaults near the infestation. I do fear for her, because like I said, nobody can fight this thing. But I digress. Like, okay, let's just leave that for a second. Let me get through this list first. You guys might remember that Mal Thodak is the head archivist, bookmaster. She's of Orc and Elvish ancestry, and she's she helped you out, gave you some healing potions, warned you about the dangers that were happening, that she could sense were happening in Candlekeep.
Yes.
Yeah.
The one with the ravens, right?
No, that was Arani Soka, who is the head of acquisitions. That's right. Who you made a big mess of her space. She was somewhat helpful to you. She didn't know about what was going on.
We met Mal Thodak just before we descended into the...
That's right.
Yeah.
Does she know that this is like an unfightable thing, or should we go save her?
Oh, she has no idea.
Okay.
I don't think any of them know. Like I say, I think it's just us, right? When you guys were talking to Bookmaster Soka, that was only like when you were on your actual Candlekeep jobs, and you were supposed to come down deep into the heart to like determine whether this entry gift that this, adventuring party was offering to come into Candlekeep, whether it was useful and all that kind of thing. That's when you met Arani Soka. And then you met Mal Thodak, and she was like, whoa, the library is in trouble right now. So, yeah, two different folks there. All right. Okay. Okay, I guess we can talk about trying to save her. I don't know if that's possible. But anyway, what the other thing that you told me, what I thought, like, step number 6, and she points up to the PowerPoint presentation. Create the Eye of the Tiger. Done. Did you know I did this for you from the samples of the enemy that you collected? You clever, amazing, beautiful rhinoceroses. And she tosses this amber monocle. It's like beautifully made in like sort of amber and gold glass, and she tosses it. I don't know who would like to catch it. Ant does. Nice. So he's holding it. She says, it will help you see where, or more especially who, the Erasure has invaded. So long as you get like within, 15, 20 feet of somebody, I think that this will show you, boom, 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 that the Erasure is in there and that person is compromised.
How will I know? Will they glow, or will they have an outline to them?
Well, I used most of it up when I was making the monocle while you guys were gone, but I did sort of look at some of the dead ooze that I had around with the monocle, and you can kind of see like all the words that it's like eaten and erased and stuff like that swarming.
Oh.
And they sort of light up and you can see them. So I think that's what's going to happen. I don't know exactly what's going to happen because I haven't seen anybody who's been like compromised by it yet. So that's something exciting for you to look forward to.
Oh, very much so. I'm going to keep this safe, and I tuck it into my little vest pocket.
Check me first.
Okay.
But yeah, you should probably check all of us. That makes sense.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Just red.
Love it.
Yeah, we all look good. Yeah. I mean, we look kind of nice because it's a nice filter. We look all golden.
It's red. It's beautiful.
Yeah, okay. So it's like a rose gold filter.
It's like rose-colored glasses.
This adventure is going to be okay.
Identify and detain compromised bookmaster or bookmasters. And maybe substep like 7A, do not alert Candlekeep at large to our plans. Just like over in Beaconhold, that seems like bad news when you guys get discovered. So we cannot risk, especially the compromised bookmasters, getting wise to us. They might start to move openly against the people of Candlekeep. There's like 400 people up there that we need to look after, and they might entrench themselves in places that we can't reach them. So we have the advantage of surprise if we're like nice and secret, right? So it just so happens that I've been able to kind of like sense going on upstairs in the library that the Bookmaster of Defense, so the head of defense, Girrardo, is organizing a demonstration of techniques against magical beasts in the Colosseum for the benefit of the Bookmasters and a selection of Candlekeep librarians. It's just a little bit later today that they'll all be assembled there in one place. Well, probably not Bookmaster Mall. I don't think she's gonna live. Anyway, so, but most of them will be there, and that will give you a chance to infiltrate and incapacitate the compromised ones as you see fit. I mean, I offer, if you could pop down through one of my vents from the center well, and we can like keep them here, and this might be the safest place to deal with them. Like, well, I don't know what we want to do with them. I'm open to suggestions, but that might be a thing that we could do if we capture them. So, librarians, what do you want to do? And squeaks are live. You may squeak at will.
What time is this talk by Girrardo supposed to happen?
Well, I think it's going to happen sort of late morning. It's a morning breakfast time-ish now. So like in a couple hours.
I don't know the layout of your library. How long would it take us to get to the 25% that Malthodax is currently exploring?
Oh, to get to Mal. Well, if you wanted to risk your lives, I could. Let me just think. And she goes over and she like spends a moment communing with the rocks and the rainbow conduit. And she's like, so the infiltration has really, I've just regained my control of, like, let's say 70% of the library, and now the infiltration is, like, totally playing havoc with the infrastructure again. But I could get you within 50 feet of her, and that would probably take, like, about, 10 minutes in one of my vents. Just the pneumatic tubes.
Right.
And then I could probably get you back up to the top pretty quick. I think, like, you remember how you ran into all those carrion crawlers and things like that in the pneumatic?
Sure do.
They've been moving pretty slowly. There hasn't been any clogs in the pipes since then. So I think it's pretty smooth sailing.
I do like Bookmaster Thodak. I do feel like this might be worthy.
Do you think we would just be able to, like, talk to her and get her to come out without actually having to fight the unfightable thing? Because I just have confidence in us.
Tell her.
She's a long way away. Yeah.
But like, no, but if we like got close, but like not like
in the talk to her. Maybe she hasn't opened a bad door yet. Who knows? I just sense that. My ability to commune with the rocks down there, right? Like, she's pretty close. Yeah.
So is she in Scary Place, or is she about to approach on Scary Place?
Man, I feel like I don't sense that she's died. So
that's good. That's a plus.
Yeah. And it's kind of like boop, 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 like big roiling mass. If you could just see what's going on in my head right now, it's like, and so there's like roiling mass. Heart of Candlekeep is just basically, and then this little spark, and she's boop, boop, boop.
I'm the guest here, so I'll follow your three's lead. But
what if Maul is actually the one that's compromised? Then we wouldn't have to do anything.
Then you would want to know that, maybe. I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't, because I can't tell from here.
Is there anybody at all that's has a little bit of suspicion on them? Somewhere that we could start that I don't know, that maybe we should pay a bit more attention to, or is it all just up in the air?
Well, you've got a good chance to like check all of the Bookmasters out except from Maul at once at the demonstration. So I felt like that seemed like a good opportunity. I suppose maybe there might be somebody other than Bookmasters, but we kind of get the sense that there was a Bookmaster who like opened a door and used their symbol of the blazing sun, and like it seems to be like the heads of the library are obviously prime targets. Yeah.
Girrardo, do you know anything about Mal Thodak? I haven't spent much time at Candlekeep yet. So do you think she's like susceptible more to this?
Do I think that you...
Yeah, so I think even from your little brief interaction with them, the Mal seems to be like one of the most straightforward,
this is why I like
action-oriented, and Bookmaster Iranisoka, who is the head of acquisitions, because they have such an outward focus, like they go and get stuff from the library. She really feels like she's in charge of something that's quite daring and outgoing and all that kind of thing. But actually, dealing with the archives is a lot more difficult because Candlekeep's archives are very wild and untamed. And so Iranisoka, like as an acquisitionist, you know her pretty well, and you have got no reason to think that she would be susceptible or anything like that. But she's sort of a young human who, is making herself like up to be a little bit tougher and a little bit stronger and more edgy. But Mal Thodak is actually the real deal in some ways. And I can't remember Zrill, but I feel like Mal might have been like kind of wondering like if you had wanted to be an archivist. She was kind of impressed with your fighting style. That might be something that was going on too.
As she should be.
Yeah.
Thanks, Girrardo.
Lumen says, well, before you do anything, like, do you guys need anything? Do you need any? I've got a couple potions of minor healing. I've got just regular armor and weapons that have like they all came like shooting out of the pneumatic tubes when we opened them up. I don't have anything like super special, but if you needed like, daggers or something like that, I've got some stuff.
Those potions of healing, that sounds useful.
Yes, after what we just witnessed in Beaconhold, I think that potions of healing would come in very handy.
Girrardo's right. They're probably all going to go to me.
Well, potions of minor healing.
Okay.
And anything from like a regular mundane list if you need it. But I think you guys are pretty good.
Lumen, would I be able to leave these arms here with you? So that when things are like calm, I can send them off.
I love them.
Yes. They're so cool, right?
You can definitely have them back.
Okay. She like makes a little like pile off to the side.
Oh, cool.
And writes like a full rosette note on them.
Lumen, can I ask you a question before we leave?
Yes.
Those travelers who brought us the text that led us to Igni and so on and so forth, what happened to them?
Well, so I don't know. That would be like your guys' job. I don't think
busy.
Like it hasn't caused like a riot up there or anything. Usually,
Okay.
I bet you they're just like, go away. I bet.
Are they still in that room?
Yes, how much time has passed since we were here?
A couple days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully they got
Sorry.
some food.
You guys are keeping people in a room for 7 days here at Candlekeep?
A couple days.
Oh,
It's a very comfortable room.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
nice. They were tired. They needed rest anyway.
Exactly.
Sleepover.
Yes.
Big sleepover. Totally get it. Awesome. So are we saving this person or are we going to this group?
I feel like it's imperative that we go above and see and witness this talk where we can see all the bookmasters at once.
Also, Flash Gordo is super cool.
He's got some pretty cool glasses, I'll tell you that much.
I do feel like we should see Maul before, but
She'll definitely be dead before the presentation starts.
Yeah, maybe she might be, or they might be wiser to go after first, then go to the presentation.
Lumen, do you think you could drop us in like a safe-ish place near her?
I don't know. I think it's pretty close, and it's not safe down there, but it's not in the middle of it. Right? That seems encouraging.
It's fine.
Oh,
Could we
no.
bring her back through the same method?
Yeah, totally.
but
I'll
she
leave
can't-
the vent open.
But she can't know about all this, right?
We'll just put a bag over her head or something, and we just won't talk
she'll
about
love
it.
that. Yeah.
It'll go well.
All right. Well, I think Maul needs our assistance, and that's our prime objective here.
Mhm.
And I stroke my beard, and as I do, I cast Mage Armor, and right over top of me, this magical field appears. Let's do it.
And that's so cool.
Quite impressive, Ant.
I poke it. Okay. It works.
That. Okay.
Could we jump into some of the tubes?
It's
Yeah.
tube time.
It's
She should
tube
probably tell us
time.
which tube, though.
Oh yeah, Lumen goes. Oh.
Oh God.
Oh, no.
All right, we have a
Uh-oh.
latecomer. Jason is first off the bat.
Oh,
He is squeaking. Oh my God, Jason! Who did you say you were squeaking for? I had you down as Ant. Is that right? Must be Ant. Ant,
yes.
roll me a 20-sider.
Oh no.
Oh, and we also have another squeaker. A little bit slower off the mark, but it's for Kyler. So Kyler, roll me a 20-sider.
Oh crap!
Ant rolled an 8.
Right.
Kyler rolled a 12.
All right, Ant.
Yes.
A ghostly hand shadows your own. You feel its hunger, and it reaches out uncontrollably towards another creature.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Okay, so this is going to be a random effect. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, if you include Lumen,
Oh no!
creatures around you.
Uh-oh.
So I'm going
Don't
to go
slap Lumen.
1 for Zrill, 2 for Kyler, 3 for Girrardo, 4 for Lumen. And we've rolled a 1, so that's Zrill.
Huh. It's kind of fair play. I did this to a lady in Beaconhold.
Oh no!
This is for poking Ant's mage armor.
Feel the hand of the grave touch you, Zrill. And you
Oh
know
my
there's no
God.
malice behind this, and yet it still deals you, just 1 necrotic damage. And you can't regain any hit points for 1 round.
Sorry
The
for getting a little
PC
handsy.
And
I
yet,
think-
Ant, you actually feel a little tiny bit better. You gain 1 temporary hit point.
Oh, okay.
I pick up a small rock and throw it at Ant.
And lose the 1 hit point. All right. All right. And Kyler,
Oh, Kyler.
you feel a righteous fervor come over you.
Yeah, we
Onward,
need to
heroes.
we need to save Thodak now.
What? As you speak, a word of radiance comes. Each creature within 5 feet, that's everybody, must make a DC 10 con save. I'll roll for Lumen.
I definitely was standing further than. Oh, okay.
Lumen. Oh man, where's her feet? Roll the 1.
No, fervor. I was trying to be righteous.
Cut that out.
All right. Do you want to roll your damage? I should have allowed Ant to do this. Roll a 1d6.
Oh no. Okay, come on. I've never prayed for a 1. That's a 6.
All right. So, you know how when you go to like pet your cat and you really love them, but you didn't realize that you're about to like spark them, like, and Lumen's like, oh, what? Why? It wasn't a very nice thing to do.
I am so sorry. Thank you for having me at your library. I won't talk for the rest of the game.
That seems better. Mhm.
So everybody else who did not succeed in a DC 10 will take
I rolled a
1d6
solid
or
6.
Yes.
I rolled a 19, so I got the touch of death, so we're all even now.
Your righteousness cuts deep.
I will maintain being selfish for the rest of the session.
All right, so she's keeping up in her little brown nose,
Sorry.
and she's like,
Absolutely, yeah.
man, okay. Now I gotta sneeze. All right, yeah, the vent. Let me just, okay, I think I have it arranged. You should land like within 50 feet of her or so. It shouldn't be up.
She's the head archivist, right?
Yeah, she's
Okay,
the head
good to know.
archives. Yeah. All right. She opens up sort of in the wall. This time you don't have to climb into a ceiling or anything like that. Into the wall, just a nice little 5-foot diameter pneumatic tube that is set to take you towards Maul, if that's what you would like to do next.
Yes.
I'm going to say, I deserve this, and jump first.
Kyler's first.
I'm gonna pull out both my weapons so I'm ready, and they're like, "We're coming too!" and jump in after.
Kyler, Zrill, and then who's next?
I look at Girrardo and say, after you.
Girrardo like sits down on the ground and like scoots into the tube. I like to go last, and
So do you go last? Yeah. Or are you gonna duke it out for who gets to go last?
Girrardo already scooted.
You can't take back this tube. Oh no!
Oh no!
How did you go down the pneumatic tube?
We have one more. All right, Girrardo.
Yeah. Rolling my scoots. I scooted a 16.
All right. So you find something tickling in your nose, and you sneeze, and
Achoo.
2 mirror images of yourself appear. Onward,
Well,
heroes.
this seems handy.
Nice.
It's getting crowded in that tube.
So you suddenly see, yeah, totally. There's 2 more Girardos, and they are scooting just like Girrardo is.
Good technique, guys. Good technique.
Right. So you now have cast mirror image. So you've got 2 duplicates.
Mm-hmm.
And you feel like you could take control of these. Can you? Oh, man, it's the one with the longest description, guys. Hold on.
I believe only because I have it stocked. I think they just follow what you do.
Yeah, and then it just becomes very difficult for somebody to attack you, Girrardo.
Yes.
Much
Yeah.
like the DM is confused momentarily, you would feel like somebody attempting to attack you would similarly not be
Right.
sure exactly where to hit next. Okay.
Excellent.
So you get pulled down the pneumatic tube. And then the mirror images don't really make any noise, but they are still like and you end up tumbling out of a vent set into the side of a dusty, rocky hill. It's in the dark. It's in the interior of the caverns of Candlekeep. This hill is almost like a rock pile with the dust of ages between it, kind of giving it structure. And there's a set sort of broken stone, ancient stairs. You are landing sort of at the base of this hill, and as you look sort of around, so the first one coming out of here is Kyler. As you look sort of around to your right, you see these stairs going up above you, sort of onto this hill. And it climbs this hill maybe about 30 feet up, and then there's a flat, sort of crude landing in front of large crystal doors that's built into a natural rock wall that's so broad and tall that you cannot see the ends of it. Just for the players, like if you can picture in Lord of the Rings when Gandalf is talking to, was it Pippin, and not knowing which way to go, like that sort of rocky structure
Oh.
with that sort of thing. Like even though you're in a big cavern, it's sort of more like you're on this sort of rubbly hill. But you're at the base of that and looking up to these stairs to your right. The landing up above, Kyler and Zrill, as you sort of, I think Anton Girrardo was still in the tube. It was Mary, yeah, thank you. Oh, man, I can't. I just lost my geek card. So up at the top of this sort of 30-foot hill, you can see this broad landing. It's quite wide, like 50 feet or so. Doesn't look like it's very deep. And there is these doors of very shining crystal there. But the whole landscape is sort of lit with a dull red, bright light that comes from below you. So when you look sort of up above you, you see these doors and some more action that we'll get to in a second. And below you, like quite some ways, like we're talking hundreds of feet, there's like a line of molten lava actually that's sort of giving a red glow to this whole area. And then you see up at these crystal doors that there is another source of light. There is the red flash of like fire magic from a desperate wizard librarian who is fighting for her life. And there is an evil dull green glow of the creature that is attempting to engulf her. And there is an evil green fog that is beginning to spread down the sides of the hill and the stairs above you. The creature that's big, it's a large creature, like maybe 10 feet by 10 feet, is a ropey sort of creature, amorphous, but with these long ropey extensions. It rears up and it slams down on Mal Thodak, who of course this is, once, twice, and then wraps her up in tendrils and pulls her into a staticky green sort of center of this creature. What do you do?
How far away are they from us?
About 30 feet up from you.
30 feet up. And they're on a platform?
Yeah, so if you can picture, like, there's like a cliff, and then there's like a landing at the base of the cliff where there's these doors, and that's where they're fighting. They're right in the center up there. And then there's this sort of landing is on the top of a hill that has these stairs that come down it, and you're at the base of it. As you sort of look around, in addition to the magma that's like way far away from you in this massive cavern that you're in, there's like the land sort of rises up again. So there is sort of a bit of another hill kind of to your left as well. That's about the only distinguishing features here.
So I guess what I'm wondering is, can I cast Maximilian's Earthen Grasp on that platform? Is there like enough exposed? I think it has to be exposed ground. It says unoccupied space on the ground. I don't know.
I will just pull it up. It is, you are just barely in range.
Yes.
And so the platform up above is about 50 feet by 10 feet against the base of this cliff. So there's room. And yeah, it's just pounded rock and earth and stuff like that. So you would be able to do it, I think. But if you're taking a hostile action, then I think we need to roll initiative.
Can I just ask, is it so there's a fog, sort of an oozy looking thing, and then this giant ropey amorphous creature?
There's the fog that's now starting to like come down from the landing, sort of swooping down the sides of the hill towards you.
Okay.
And there's not a whole lot of fog up on the landing. It's like it sort of came out and is now starting to like spread down the hill. And there's just the one creature up there that's this big creature that's amorphous and ropey that has just engulfed Mal Thodak.
Okay.
Yeah.
Guys, Gary was telling me about this fog. We have to be careful with this fog. Bad fog.
Indeed. Well, let's roll initiative, guys, before we let anybody cast aggressive spells like this.
I know. Initiative. Oh, I got a 14.
Okay, anybody over 20?
Almost a nat 20.
Anybody over 15?
I am no. Wait, yes, 16.
16.
Numbers.
16 for Zrill. All right. Anybody over 10? Everybody. Okay. Who else is at 14?
I am. Girrardo.
And
Girrardo.
Ant got 15.
Okay. That's not bad, guys.
No, it's all right. We got this.
Okay. And 14 for Kyler. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, so Zrill, actually, you are going to be at the top of this initiative. You, I would say, are out of the tube, as well as Kyler is. And you could get up to the top of that within 30 feet, or you could head up to this other hill. This other hill you think is probably, if you were to get on top of it, would be about 90 feet away from the platform. Also, I will say that it's not like a super steep hill. You can see what's going on, but at the base of the hill, anything happening up there is definitely going to get some cover advantage until you're right at the top.
Well, I remember talking to Derry and Girrardo about this mist, and it makes me pretty nervous because I don't think I can hurt it with my hammer. So I'm gonna try to use Eldritch Blast on the big thing that just grabbed Maul.
And what's your range on Eldritch Blast?
I believe it's 120.
Yeah, it's crazy long.
Yeah, 120
And
feet.
is it an attack or a saving throw?
I think it's just an attack.
So it's hard to get an idea of what's going on up there. So if you're doing it at the base of the hill, the creature's under some cover.
Okay.
Just as a heads up.
If I, how far away is the other? Like, if I start running up the other hill, kind of as far as I can go, will I get better angle?
Yeah, you would, and you would be about 90 feet away from the landing.
Okay, it's okay. This one has a long range.
So you run up to the top of that next hill to sort of see what's going on.
Yeah, to
And
get a
you
better.
are standing on the rubble up the top there, and you can see a little bit better at what's happening, and you can see this sort of ropey thing.
Yes. Okay, and then I'm new to this spell. It's so I rolled a hit, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I believe it is, yeah.
Okay. 12 to hit. It's a big thing.
It's you're right, but still, that's not. It's your first time using it.
It's a big thing.
You just got home. You got a little bit of jet lag, and yeah, you miss.
Oh,
Anything else you can do? Bonus action or?
not from that far away. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
Hey, it was great.
It was a nice try. Don't worry. We got this. I tell ya.
All right.
All right. We have our final momentous squeak from Marcia.
Hi,
I'll
Marcia.
Zrill, this is it. This is your chance. Roll me a 20-sider, please.
Okay. Let's
16. Oh, the creature dies, I guess. Which is great.
So, 3.
E. All right.
The rest of us died. What?
We all die, all of us?
Wait, what?
All right. Does everybody want to take a shot? All right. Okay. So your feet grow heavy, like cinder block heavy.
Ooh.
Onward, heroes.
Feel I've made a mistake running to the top of this hill.
Interesting.
Guys,
You might be a bit slower going back down.
I mean, maybe they'll help, like, pull me down, you know?
Yeah. Yes. I love the positive attitude.
Yeah,
I read
I'll
this
stay here
book
for
about
now.
skiing.
Yeah.
Sounds
I read this
something.
book about mobsters.
Now, you do still have some movement left on your turn. No, actually, I don't think you do to get up to the top of that hill.
I think I just ran up as much as I could.
That's right. So, but do let me know if you move. Okay.
Okay.
And all right. So the next thing that you see actually has nothing to do with any of you. You see from the center of this creature up at the top of the landing that, well, actually, and Girrardo, you are just now coming out of the tube. So you don't see this, but you sort of hear and feel it happening. This like streak of fire comes like out, and it heads south, and just out of the creature. And you don't know, but something might be happening inside it. And good old Mal, what does she do? What does she get? And it is now Girrardo's turn.
Yes. So I've come out of the tube. I can see this hill. I can see all the things.
Mm-hmm.
I see Zrill up the hill.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what have I become? And I'm going to use my second story work to just climb up the hill like it's walking, I guess. Come on, posse, let's roll up.
All right. As you head up, I believe you had encountering enfeebling fog before, and this has all the hallmarks of the sort of intelligence-eating fog that
I would like to stay on the edge of the fog.
On the edge of the fog.
Yes.
Now, it's starting to roll down. It's about halfway down the hill at the moment, so
Okay.
it's about 15 feet up from you and
Sure.
covering about from the landing to this point. It's about 5
Okay.
feet tall.
Okay, I will go kind of up to the edge of the fog and take a shot at this thing with my hand crossbow.
Okay.
This
So
is
it's a bit of an angle, but you can give it a go.
okay. That's a natural 20.
Yes!
What? Amazing! Woohoo!
That's my first one of this campaign.
Beautiful. You're saving it.
Amazing. Okay. So you roll on the critical hit table as well, if you like.
Yep.
Let's do that.
Heck yes, I want to.
Yeah.
I got a 10.
Okay, wow. Oh man, it says this surprises the heck out of them.
I
And
thought it
so
might.
they are going to lose their... Man, I always read surprise rules like every time before I do. but I think this means, since it was surprised, it's basically not going to get a turn this round. Okay?
Excellent.
All right.
Perfect.
Great.
So deal your damage, and it is just like...
Now, because Maul is inside this thing, does that mean that I get my sneak attack as Maul would be within 5 feet of it?
No.
Oh.
I'm
I like the way you think.
and yet the whole thing just said it was surprised.
Yes.
So
That defense.
yes. Sure.
Yes, I agree with that thing.
Excellent. I rolled 12 points of piercing damage.
Nice. It lands in, and you can see like blood doesn't go puffing out of this thing. Steam doesn't go puffing out of this thing, but like little letters go puffing out of this thing, and not just little letters, but like even little drawings and illuminations go puffing out of this thing as you deal it damage.
And check that with your monocle on your next turn.
Yes.
All right. So it is anything else on your turn there, Girrardo?
I think I'll stick with that as my turn.
And did I miss your turn?
Perhaps, but
I
that's
totally
okay.
did.
It's
Do
okay.
it now. Yeah, no, I did.
All right. As I come flying out of the tube, I see what's happening, and I open my cloak a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and I say, "It's time to rain down fire on this creature." I cast fly on myself, and I'm going to fly up 60 feet into the air, and I'm going to use the little
Easy
groovy
learn to
thing.
fly. Okay, yeah. Sorry,
I'm going
yeah,
to use the
you're
little
flying.
gem to see if I can see. First of all,
before I move on?
Oh
to my
yeah,
next?
man. Okay, like the fog is full of it. You can just see like it's swarming, and you can see that the creature on the landing is absolutely part of the infestation. And you even, because the doors at the top here are crystal, you can see a little bit through those doors. And roll me a perception check.
Yeah. No. I rolled a 6.
You know, you feel like if you got a little bit closer to those doors, they're clear. You might be able to see through them as well.
We got to get rid of this guy first. That's all I can do for this round, though.
Y'all done? And do you stay flying up there?
Yeah, I'm gonna like fly sort of like, so we're 30 feet away from them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll fly 30 feet up to them and then 30 feet up into the air, so I'm above them 30 feet.
Nice. Cool. All right. And then it would have been Girrardo's, but we had Girrardo's turn. Now it is Kyler.
Happy to take another one.
So we saw Thodak get like slammed down and then engulfed. So can Kyler see her inside of this creature?
I think you would have to get up there and look a little bit harder. You couldn't see it from down where you are, given the angle and stuff, and then it might be kind of difficult.
Okay. Yeah, then I guess I'll just start booking it towards the platform, or I guess maybe up to where Girrardo is. I can only move 25 feet anyway, so I won't get it even to where Girrardo is. Okay. And then I'll just shoot a second level magic missile at it as Kyler puffs of inhaler and then pops out 4 airplanes and they all fire at it.
Nice.
So that is 4d4.
They're an automatic hit regardless of the AC, correct?
They are.
Nice.
So that is in total 13 force damage.
Beauty. All right, and again, all these little letters and illuminated capitals go puffing out.
I'm wondering if you'll let me see if I can figure out what this thing is.
Yeah, all right. Are you drawing on your arcana knowledge or your nature knowledge? How would you like to approach it?
I guess I was thinking of like a history thing, because I was thinking like I would try and remember a book that I read.
Okay, give me a history check.
And that's only a 13. Kyler! Damn it!
I mean, there's this creature reminds you a little bit of a shambling mound, but it isn't one. And you've probably read about shambling mounds, which are plants. Reminds you a little bit of a roper, but isn't one of those either. It seems to be one of the things that you've heard was happening here in Candlekeep that is from somewhere else, and neither of those things.
Great. Okay. That helps my turn.
Okay. So we just go back up to the top of the initiative, which is Zrill. Can't believe you stole a turn from me. Oh my god. Okay.
Anytime.
I'm guessing my feet are still cinder blocks.
Yes. So do tell me when you attempt to move.
Okay, great. I think I'll stay put for now. And that's all. I'm gonna try Eldritch Blast again. We're gonna cross our fingers.
Cool.
And try.
Or do your attack.
Ooh, that is a 21, not natural.
A 21 will hit.
Yeah. For. Oh, let's hit this. Oh, sorry. It's a new system. Okay. 1 whole point of force damage.
Better than zero. It's
Nibble
better
him
than
away
zero.
like a duck from the other hill.
I did them really well, but by the time it got there, it like fizzled out.
Maybe put your 1 foot a little bit further back to get some stability.
That's a good idea, but I don't think I can right now.
Oh, yeah, that could be the problem.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
The problem is that she's too stable currently.
Yeah.
Okay. It is now Ant's turn.
All right. So from my perspective, 30 feet above them, am I able to see Maul?
Okay. Yeah, I'll maybe sort of describe where everything is at the moment. So at the moment, Ant is hovering above this landing, looking down at this creature that has engulfed or swallowed Maul up in front of these crystal doors. Girrardo and Kyler are sort of on the stairs below you. This fog is now starting to, continuing with gravity, to envelop Girrardo and Kyler on this turn. You can see that it is coming towards you, and it's now starting to cover the entire hillside below you, and you can see Zrill on the hill behind you, watching this. And you wanted to have a closer look at the creature for Maul, or you wanted to look through the doors again?
I just want to see if is Maul visible to me from 30 feet above, like, or are they like swallowed? Like, are they actually inside the creature?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and we've been using she or they for Maul, and that is what she is good with. She is okay with either.
Okay.
So, you can't really see her. Like, it's hard. It's not like you see that there is something inside it. And in fact, while you were up there, and even just before you started to take your turn, you saw like a shuddering in there, as though things were continuing to happen inside it. But you didn't see Bookmaster. It was just completely engulfed inside this thing.
Do I have any sense of if I do damage to the creature that I might potentially do damage to Maul?
I mean, it seems pretty thick. Like, it's 10 feet by 10 feet, and she's, a medium humanoid size. So there's like a good solid amount. I wouldn't say that you could never hurt her, but yeah.
All right. Well, then I grab my beard and I stroke my beard in one log stroke, and I cast Fireball on the thing.
Okay, I see why you were asking. All right, so I get a dexterity save.
DC 16, I believe. Yeah.
Believe it or not, this is not the most dexterous creature. So that is a 10. That's a fail.
All right. I'm raining fire down on this thing. That's 24 points of fire damage.
Sweet. 24?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you can totally see the fire like rains down upon it, and some of the tips of the creature break off. They fragment. And they go spinning through the air.
Uh-oh.
And they land, one of them lands right down by Girrardo. And another one lands by Kyler. And then two of them land up on the landing beside the creature. And these fragments...
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
They look kind of menacing for just little phrases without any context. And they are globbing their way towards Girrardo and Kyler. And the two up on the landing are like sort of looking around, trying to sense what to do. So let me just have a quick look. Yeah, so that's what's happening. You guys see these two little broken pieces, these fragments of this creature are beside you, Kyler and Girrardo. And yeah, I think that is all that happens. In addition, you do a good swack of damage to it too. Anything else on your turn that you want to do?
That's all I can do for this round.
Cool. All right. Then we now have Girrardo.
And maybe you should keep your robe closed and keep these tips to yourself, right?
I didn't know it was gonna do that.
Yeah.
So this thing is crawling towards me.
It isn't yet. It's
Okay.
oh, the little fragment is. Yes.
Yeah.
Not the big guy.
Okay. I'm gonna lift my cane and Bananarama and my cane opens to my rapier, and I'm gonna stab this thing.
Okay. Roll to attack.
At some point, can I do a perception check to see if I heard that? I'm 5 feet from him.
Oh, and
Totally.
he's within 5 feet, so this is a sneak attack on this thing. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Excellent. That's a 17 to hit.
That's a good hit.
Excellent. And now I will roll my damage. And I'm going to narrate that. So that is 14 points of piercing damage.
Okay. Yeah, this, like, you just go right through it, and you've got this squiggling little phrase hanging on top of it, and then it just sort of disappears into dust. You got it.
These things aren't that tough. And
I
then
look scary over here.
and this fog is closing in on me.
Yes, I would say you two are in it.
Okay, I would like to back away from it.
The next turn, you would be starting your turn in it.
Even if I back away from it on this turn.
Sure. How much movement are you going to use?
I will be like, Kyler, it's not worth it, and I'd use my full movement to get out of it.
Okay. So do you want to head right down to the base of the hill?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so it's about 15 feet down.
Sure.
And now, even though I assume you guys are on the staircase, like the staircase, again, if you can picture like the Gandalf scene, like there's a hill around it. You don't need to walk directly by this fragment that's beside Kyler.
Okay.
Unless you choose to get an attack of opportunity.
I would choose not to do that. You got this,
Where are
man.
you going?
Girrardo's running away.
I said come with me! Me and my posse are rolling down to the bottom of the hill.
Okay. And that is Girrardo's turn.
Yes.
Got a bonus action or anything? Okay. So it is now Kyler's turn.
Is
Kyler,
this
you
the
have
fog?
a little.
Sorry, tell me about the creepy crawly.
So there's the little creepy crawly beside you. The big guy is about 20 feet up from where you are, and this fog is descending around you. You will be inside it if you stay here for your next.
Right. Is this the fog that we makeshifted masks for, and it had less of an effect, or is this a different fog?
It is that one.
It is that fog. Okay. I'm wondering if I can, I guess, bonus action, like, slice off a piece of my shirt or clothes and, like, just tie it around my face.
Yes. Because this was totally honestly, my friends, an improvised moment in the last one. I feel like it gave you +2 to your AC, but it didn't actually help you against the fog.
Oh, that's right.
I forgot about
That's what the
that.
max did.
Well, that's fine. I need the AC help anyway. Can I see that there is a creature inside this monster now from where I am?
No, not from where you are, and especially now that there's all this fog.
Oh. All right. I will. Oh, dang it. I'll disengage and move back with Girrardo.
Okay, so you descend to the base of the hill, disengaging so that the fragment doesn't get a chance to attack you.
Good
You
call,
guys are now 30 feet below the main attraction there. The two fragments are about halfway up the hill. sorry, the one fragment, one of them is dead. And Ant is flying above. Anything else, Kyler, for you to do?
No, that's it.
Okay.
Gah.
All right. So it is this creature's turn finally. It is going to. Jeez. I think it can. Yeah, it knows where you are. Okay. It's going to start to move. It is going to move down the hill. You start to see it shuffle down the hill. And
towards me and Girrardo.
Yep, definitely.
Okay.
And it comes about 20 feet down the hill, and sort of like clambering over all the rocks, and coming through the fog. So you don't like, it's sort of like the fog swirls around, and then you see like it's coming closer. It's coming closer, and then it's going to take its bonus action. Yeah, and no, it wouldn't be able to. Okay, Kyler.
It could be Ant.
No, it can't be.
Dang it!
I'm 30 feet up in the air.
That's right. Yeah. You feel this like sliver of like erasing energy, almost as though you like breathed in something from this creature, and you must give me an intelligence saving throw.
Oh no, there's no chance this was a spell, hey?
It's not considered a caster.
Okay, if it's not a spell, then that's all right.
Yeah.
Intelligence save. Okay, that's kind of Kyler's bag. That seems fine. Yeah, that's 22.
Nice.
Okay, so all right. It just goes in one ear and out the other, and it doesn't lodge. You don't know what that was, but it was something.
I guess everything's fine.
Okay, and that is the end of the creature's turn, and we are back up to the top to Zrill, who is up on top of the hill. Now the creature is descending into the fog. It's a little bit more difficult to see, and you are, let's say, about 70 feet from it at this point.
The tunnel, the tube entrance that Lumen made is just down there, right?
Yep, it's at the base of your hills. So that would be like, let's say, 20 feet from where you are.
And if I were to just shout like, Lumen, make me an entrance, it wouldn't work.
You can see that there is still a little entrance there. It hasn't sealed
from,
up.
Right where I am?
Oh, no, yeah. Okay. You can shout, sure. It's free action.
I can shout, yep.
I can shout.
You can shout if you want to.
Hey, team! Are we good? Is this gonna work?
I feel good about this.
I gotta see it. I got something that I think could get her out, but I gotta see her for sure.
Like 50-50.
Okay. Zrill's really nervous about the fog because she can't hit it. And her lightning isn't working.
My feet are blocked.
My feet are cinder blocks. It's all a very uncomfortable environment for Zrill. Okay. It's going down the stairs though. Okay. I'm just gonna try to shoot it one more time with lightning. We're just gonna try again. Okay. Then. Yep. Okay. 15 to hit.
15 to hit, and what are you using to hit? Is it
Eldritch Blast?
It's Eldritch Blast. Okay. Yeah.
Just keep doing it.
that does hit.
Okay. And that's gonna hit for not a 1. 5 points of force damage.
Yeah, the little ducks just keep nibbling. It doesn't really look like it's felt much of that.
Oh, no.
Okay. What are we at? Is there anything else on your turn? You want to run down?
I do, but I also, it's going down there and it's making me nervous. But I feel like I should be down there with my team, but I don't want to start a turn in the fog. But I'm able to run through it.
Fair.
But I also have cinder block feet, so I feel like I need to see how I move because probably just gonna fall.
I mean, Girrardo and Kyler are not in the fog yet, and you can see that the fog is clearing at the top of the landing, because it's like there was a fog that came and it's like now slowly dissipating down this hill, right? So there are places you can be that are not in the fog, but if you want to be beside the creature, you're correct. You'll have to be in the fog.
All right, let's try to move. What happens?
Okay, so as you step, you create an earth tremor, which causes all creatures within 10 feet to quake, and they must take a DC 10 dex save, but there is nobody around you. I do want you, for fun, to roll a d20, and if you roll really badly, maybe the hill you're on. It's
It's
just
fine,
rubble. We
good.
have established that it's just rubble.
You
We
create.
have
Roll a
Create a
d20 for
landslide.
just plain old luck.
Okay, just a luck d20.
Yeah.
4.
Oh.
Yeah, I'd say, that's bad enough. That okay, so you do start a landslide. And I need you to give me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Oh, it's not one of my good ones. Why? 8.
You're now prone and you're sliding down this hill. You've taken 1d6 bludgeoning. I'll roll it for you. That's 6, I'm afraid.
Excellent.
And you slide down to the base of the hill where you are now prone.
But not buried in stones, right? Just prone.
You're not buried in stone. I mean,
All
if
right.
it would have been a 1, we could have discussed something like
Okay.
that.
Could have discussed.
Well,
Lily,
thank
this
you
is
for
no
your
time.
kindness.
Zrill, this is no time for butt scooting.
They come to a rest like right beside Girrardo and his clones.
Yeah, good scoot. hmm
No, run!
Funny thing, just as you
Scoot.
finish your turn and the earth rumbles around them, the creature, again, out of the mist, you suddenly see like the fog, as though there is, like it starts to like swoosh. And the creature starts to like streak out of the fog with a sudden burst of speed. And you can see these little ropes underneath it churning the ground like little wheels. And it is going to move
Stayed on the hill.
as a running sentence, another 20 feet down to the bottom of the hill and is now within melee range of Girrardo and Kyler. And that was their one action. Okay. Within the creature now, you guys are right there. You can't really see Mal. I know you're also curious, but you again see that something is like roiling inside it. And yeah, no, she doesn't succeed. Okay. So that's what you see as it comes on down.
Okay.
And it is now Ant's turn. Ant, you are hovering above. The creature is right beside Girrardo and Kyler. Zrill is at the base of a hill that's probably about 50 feet from you, where she's caused a landslide. There are 3 little fragments, 2 up at the top of the landing, and 1 just sort of probably about 10 feet or so away from Girrardo and Kyler.
And where is the fog?
Fog is now sort of has left about half of the top half of the hill and is now all around the base of the hill, about sort of 20 feet around. So Girrardo and Kyler will be in the fog on the start of their next turn. So will Zrill, actually.
Oh dear.
The base of the hill there.
Looking at Zrill and Kyler, which one of them looks as though they would be the smallest and lightest?
Good question.
I feel like it depends if I still have Cinderblock feet.
Well,
they don't feel like that anymore. It seems to have shaken off in the
In the landslide.
Like, technically, I have my weight right here. If you
Same
want.
here.
I mean, I wouldn't know, so I'm just sort of asking, by looking, who appears to be the smaller of the two?
I think I'm shorter, but I also have a warhammer. So
There is that.
They're honestly pretty close. I mean, if we just want to, if you guys don't have a preference, like I don't want to, like, if one of you feels that you are the heavier, the taller, all that kind of stuff, like it's not for the DM to rule. But if we need to somehow choose who is the smaller, and I imagine this is something that you would have been observant about.
I think that I am smaller on the halfling side of like my ancestry, but I don't know how that is compared to Zrill.
And Zrill is definitely beefy for a gnome.
Right. So
And
I
is
would
wearing lots of stuff.
right muscle mass
chainmail.
alone. I bet you I'd be lighter.
Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
I also have chainmail and a warhammer, and
My constitution and my strength are not good.
And how far away from me is Kyler?
Kyler's, I'd say, about 20 feet.
All right, I'm going to fly down to Kyler, pick him up, and try to fly him somewhere to safety. Now, I'm
Okay.
assuming we'll probably provoke an opportunity attack from this thing, but
Yes.
I will take that risk.
Okay. Kyler, do you resist?
No, I guess I don't. No, because I saw him go up. Yeah, no, I don't.
Okay, so Ant swoops down out of the mist and picks up Kyler. And
I'm
I
just
feel
going
like-
to ask technically, as
Yeah.
long as Kyler does not weigh more than 95 pounds, I can carry
I
him.
think you're safe.
I do not. Yeah, even with my
Excellent.
items carried, I am less than that.
Excellent.
I'm more than that with my items carried. So
I feel
you
Oh,
like
we made the right choice then, for now.
you have sort of two choices. One is to go back up to the top of the landing. I mean, there are two little fragments up there, but it's clear of the fog. Or to the remnants of the hill that Zrill has just destroyed. They're both, let's say, equidistant, about 40 feet from you.
Which location would give us the best range of attack for this bigger creature? That's
Probably the hill that Zrill was on.
All right, then I think that's where we'll go.
The one caveat that I feel like somebody like you would pay attention to, and is that the fog is sort of coming in that direction, however.
Ah, okay. In that case, we'll fly back to the landing, and maybe we can deal with these other things.
The two little fragments that are at
Yeah.
the top there. Okay, so you fly down to the top and are landed on this landing that's about 10 feet wide by 10 feet deep by 50 feet wide at the top of this hill, at the base of the stairs beside this crystal door. All right, and anything else on your turn?
No, I think that's it.
Okay. So now we have Girrardo, and then Kyler's on deck.
All right. Well, I'm gonna stay in this fog here, and I'm gonna use my breath weapon as an attack against this.
Okay, so you will need to give me a Constitution saving throw at the start of your turn.
Okay. That's a natural one.
Oh.
So you will take 9 necrotic damage, and your intelligence score is reduced by 2.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
And now you're about to tell me what you're going to do.
I'm gonna breath weapon this thing.
Nice.
All right, Maul. Let's get you out of there.
I forgot to do a attack of opportunity on Ant.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
Will you let me?
I have an armor class of 16 now with my mage armor.
Rev up that breath weapon and
With the fog, it's like
yeah. They roll a 17 to hit.
Oh, no. That's a hit, so I lose my concentration on fly.
Well, don't you have
maybe.
to do a Constitution saving throw?
Yeah.
Whew.
do it.
And so you need to know how much damage you take, right? You take 9 bludgeoning in that attack, and
Yes.
so
And I rolled a 13, so I do keep my concentration.
there you go. There you go.
Oh.
Take the 9, but you're okay.
9 damage, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Now, breath weapon time.
Dexterity saving throw, please.
And as Kyler flies away, he's going to let one puff of little inhaler smoke out to attempt to daze the creature. I'm going to use one of my portent rolls. So the creature rolls a 3 for that dex save.
They rolled a 3 for the dex save. It's like he
Perfect.
saw into
It's
the.
all destiny.
It's the real future, Justin. Okay. Yeah. Nice. Okay. So it is. It infected 2 because it got a -1 to dex. So
Okay.
Uh,
then I will
yeah.
roll some damage.
roll some damage.
So that is nice. 11 points of acid damage.
11 points of acid. Burns right through. You guys are chipping away.
Oh, no.
Yep.
And I'll take a defensive stance with my rapier. And my posse will have to do the same.
Nice. All right, Kyler, it's your turn.
Okay, so, sorry. Where are we? We are on the hill that Zrill was just on?
That's
No,
right. There-
we're... Oh, I thought we were on
No,
the
sorry,
platform.
no, sorry. You're on the hill where Maul and the creature were. So you're up at the
Right.
top of the stairs beside the crystal doors. 2 little fragments, one beside you, one conveniently beside Ant, within
That's
5
right.
feet. Yeah,
And there's no fog up here.
correct. It's clear.
And the creature is now 40 feet away from this platform?
Not quite so far. It's actually about 30. It's just at the base, so it's about 30 feet down within the fog, menacing Girrardo.
Right, and I still can't... I don't need to be able to identify who the creature is, but I still can't see Thodak in the creature. All right,
No.
then I'll just turn and I'll just firebolt one of these creepy crawlies beside me.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
take him out.
Yeah.
That's not rubbish. I'm going to use a luck point on that roll. It wasn't good. Good. That's the exact same roll. Okay, I got a 10 to hit the creepy crawly.
Oh no, that doesn't hit.
Oh, Kyler, it's not your round.
Anything else there, Kyler?
I'll cry. Yeah, I'll feel bad for myself for my bonus action.
Don't feel bad. We'll get him the next round.
I want to see it.
And we'll focus our attacks on them down below.
All right, so this creature is now rearing up in front of you, Girrardo, and as you look into it, you see some of the drawings, illustrations, the words that this creature has erased from the holdings of the library, and these ones are just full of like you see a little rose illustration goes by, and a little vine goes by, and words like seed and petal and carpel. And so just a little bit of flavor. It rolls to hit you, though. It's going to come down and slam you. It rolls first of all, a 9 to hit. That's not so good.
Okay.
And then it rolls a dirty 20 to hit.
And I'm going to roll my D20 to see if it hits a mirror image. Is that correct?
Yeah, how long does those last again?
It's 1 minute.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We're good. We're good.
Okay, I rolled a 10, so I have 2 of them. So with 2 duplicates, you must roll an 8 or higher. So it hits one of my mirror images.
So with the, do I roll again? They rolled a 21 to hit you.
Right, but if you have 2 duplicates, you must roll an 8 or higher, and then the attacker hits the duplicate instead of me. Is that correct? Can somebody confirm?
I believe rules is written. I think you have to make
Another
those
roll?
rolls for both attacks because the first
see.
one did miss, but
Okay.
it still might have hit your. 'Cause
Right.
The mirror images also have
I
a
see.
set AC.
So my AC is 10 plus my dexterity, so I would have a 12 AC on my mirror image.
Right. Yeah.
You
Okay.
rolled
So,
a 9 the first
that wouldn't have
time.
mattered because that would have that would have even missed the mirror image.
Okay.
Okay.
So then I roll
So
a
now-
d20 again.
Yes.
Okay.
So I think you'd roll it, and because this one will hit, it does more so matter if it hits you or them.
So I rolled an
Okay.
11, so that should still hit a mirror image.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. All right. So it hits the mirror image,
It
Both.
destroys it. Yeah.
destroys it. So you've got no more mirror images.
I have
And-
one more.
You've got one more.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Gotcha. Right. Okay. And
I blame Kevin.
awesome. All right. And that is that the end of your turn, Girrardo? No, that's my turn.
That wasn't
oh my
even my
God.
turn.
It's not the end of my turn. The 2 fragments are going to attack. See, I've got things to do. Okay. They're going to attack Kyler and Ant. Kyler's is rolling a 19 to hit.
Oof. Yeah, that hits.
You take 5 bludgeoning and 2 psychic.
Okay.
So 7 altogether. And then the one on Ant rolled another 19 to hit.
That's a hit.
So that is, I do that again. Those are 5 bludgeoning and a 2 psychic.
7.
So 7 altogether.
And Constitution saving throw to see if I maintain my flying spell.
Yep.
19. So I can still fly.
Nice. Okay. And the fragment that is behind the big creature can sense where Zrill is and says, "I am for you, Zrill." And is going
Wait, is it
to.
this fragment with the creature?
They can talk.
Yeah.
They can talk.
Talking fragments.
They're
They know
learning.
our names.
They're using tools.
And it is going to move towards you, Zrill, and attack you. Oh, wow. They rolled. Yeah.
I'm prone. How does that affect this?
Nice. So they had advantage.
Oh no.
I shouldn't have said anything.
I mean, they didn't need it. They rolled a 24 to hit.
All right, well,
And so, as you know, that's 7. 2 of that is psychic. 5 of it is bludgeoning.
oh goody.
And anything else that I can do? No. Okay. So that is the end of that initiative. My friends, we should probably take a break at about this time. It is 8:40, and I'm sorry to do it in the middle of combat, but we've reached the bottom of our 4th round of combat here. And when we return, we will go back up to Zrill.
Oh my gosh.
All right. We are stopped in the middle of a battle. You guys have paid for a full seat, but you only need the edge. All right, that's it for Act 1. Gerrit will have a 10-minute intermission. Please take this time to go visit yetiminis.com, check out what a Nothic is, and we'll see you back here in 10 minutes, and we will continue with this titanic battle. Onward, heroes.
Epic.
All right. And we are back for the second half of Eye of the Tiger. Now, I know we just left everybody in the middle of combat, but now all of our squeakers, all of our volunteers, you now have a new opportunity to inject your personal chaos into this battle. Whenever you squeak, you will have the same effect added to your targeted player. So keep that in mind to make sure that it's to their benefit, or at least to make it funny for us. So, thank you very much. I will leave it with you, Jen. Onward, heroes!
Right. So, Zrill, you will be up, but let us paint the scene. You are battling a pretty big, confusing creature that has obviously been eating botany books somewhere and has turned into a massive, ropey, oozy creature that has definitely engulfed Malthodak, the head archivist, who appears to be fighting valiantly within still. How long can she last? And you, having just fallen down a landslide, are in the middle of an enfeebling fog, and there is a small fragment menacing you right beside you. You know that Girrardo is also struggling somewhere in this fog right up next to the massive creature who has, or the large creature that has engulfed Mal. And then at the sort of top of the other hill, there's some stairs that lead up to crystal doors and a landing where Kyler and Ant having swooped Kyler to safety out of the fog, are now overlooking the scene. They also have two little fragments menacing them as well. Zrill, what would you like to do? And at the very top of your turn, because you are in the middle of this fog, you must give me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
DC is 10.
25.
Nice! Success! You will take half of this damage, so you'll take 3 necrotic, but your intelligence seems intact.
Okay. And I am prone, so what does that mean for things
That will
I can
take up half of your movement. You can crawl if you want, but if you stay prone, the fragment that's right beside you will continue to have advantage on their attacks.
Well, let's not do that. So I will stand up. And
take half of your movement.
Okay. And then how far am I from the big creature?
You're about 10 feet.
Okay. Man, I don't know. I'd like to take out this little guy. Be good. But also, I get to hit a lot of times. If
you can attack, move, attack. I don't know if you know, like.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Then let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay. So Zrill gets 2 actions or 2 attacks now, thanks to being level 5, which is super cool. So she's gonna turn her full attention to the little guy and attempt to hit him with the hammer, then the sword.
Hammer him.
Hammer is a 25 to hit.
Yeah.
And we are gonna do 9 damage, bludgeoning damage.
Dead.
Excellent.
All the letters go scattering.
Excellent. It's very exciting. It's like the last guys we fought, but also small and squishy. And then she's gonna move over to the big creature and just try to hit it with the hammer.
Excellent.
We're gonna do 23 to hit.
Ah, yeah.
Nice.
For 5 points of bludgeoning. And then with the long sword, 13 to hit.
No. It's just a little too thick for that. So just 5 bludgeoning. Man, the duck is back. Nibbling away. But now with their hammer. Okay. Anything else you've got? A bonus action or anything you want to do?
Nope.
Roll out a superiority dex? I don't even know. I don't play a fighter. What do you do?
That's my first one. No, I think I'm good. I think that's what I can do.
Cool. All right. Well, you cleared out a fragment on your way and are now at least near Girrardo. If he dies or something, maybe you could save him. And it is Maul's turn.
Which face?
Come
Come on,
Okay.
Maul.
So you see a little bit of tussle inside the creature, but nothing else happens. And it is now Ant's turn.
All right, so this fragment is right next to me, like within 5 feet of me.
Yes.
All right, I grab my cloak, which is billowing behind me from the fly spell,
Beautiful.
and I grab it and I pull the cloak together and I spin 360 and I cast Sword Burst. So these
Sword burst.
blades all like spin out from my body around me.
Cool.
So it needs to give me a dexterity saving throw, DC 16.
Oh, boy, they are dexterous little creatures. They rolled this. They got a 16.
Okay, then they're fine.
Oh no! Does
It's
it
just a
stay?
cantrip.
Does it stay up on you or anything, or is that okay?
No, it's just a cantrip. It just blades just sweep out around me.
Nice. Anything else you want to do?
I think that's all I can do really without provoking an opportunity attack. So I'm just gonna hang out and
Okay.
hope for the best.
It is now Girrardo's turn, who is down at the base of the hill in the fog. So you must give me a D20 Constitution saving throw.
Indeed. That's not great. That's a 9.
Oh, that's a fail! Oh no!
Well, it's a 9 plus 0, so it's
Yeah.
Oh, so that's a
It's a
That's
solid
better.
fail. Oh, you're
Ugh.
So that's 9 necrotic,
all right.
and your intelligence score is reduced by 2.
Oh my god.
Okay, so last time I saw the words of rose, vine, seed, and petal.
Yeah.
Must have been a book about a bicycle.
Yeah,
That's it.
sounds about
That's
right.
it.
Yeah.
You're right.
Okay.
I can math that one out.
I will take a rapier sneak attack now that Zrill has joined the fight at
Mhm.
this thing,
Yes.
and because I am slightly also like the whirlwind of hitting beside me is just it was so much.
Let's see what it looks like.
Ooh, I'm leaving all my terrible rolls for my constitution and hitting with probably a 21.
Yeah.
Probably a 20.
Having a hard time remembering. Ooh, that's a lot of ones. So we hit for
Aw.
15 points of piercing damage.
Okay. Oh, it all counts.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. So.
Bookmaster, what was her name again?
Oh,
Malthodak. I pat him on the shoulder.
Mm,
At the end of your turn, Girrardo, I assume that was the end. I couldn't-
mhm.
Okay, so
Yeah.
at the end of your turn, you see the creature sort of draw up and then like huff out. And another evil green,
Kevin.
Oh no.
like these pseudopods sort of reach outwards and they fling this cloud of sickly green energy in a 20-foot radius. So that's Girrardo and Zrill. You
Okay.
must give me an intelligence saving throw this time.
Should have stayed on the hill.
All right, Jen. And while that's happening,
Yes.
we have a squeak happening for Kyler.
Okay.
Tyler, you get your word of radiance.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You ready?
You
Thank God
feel,
he's up there.
Kyler, you feel a righteous fervor come over you.
Mm.
Onward, heroes.
Mm. Mm.
if ever there was a time to feel righteous.
Mm.
So,
Mm.
with your intelligence being eaten away, Girrardo,
Ugh.
by this creature, and
It's-
now demanding an intelligence saving throw from you, what did you roll?
I rolled. I still have +3 with my saving throw, so I rolled a 12.
Just barely. Zrill?
Got a 9.
So not Zrill's day. So you will take
No.
13 psychic damage, Zrill. And Girrardo, you will take half of that, so you'll take 6.
Well, beans. And did I see this coming at me? This. It's a visual thing.
You did.
I would like to use. I would like to use my uncanny dodge to half what I take.
Sure. You roll out and sort of try to get down low, get your nose out of the mess. So you have it. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. That's Girrardo's turn. Kyler, you are up.
So I would like to use my action to shove Ant. I'd like to just shove him away from me to towards the platform.
Yes.
So just
down the stairs or on the
No, towards the platform. I would never.
All right.
Just to get him away from me for a second.
And you could just not contest that if you want.
Yeah, no, I don't even know if I would know what he's doing.
I'm gonna grab your lapel and just go.
Now,
don't toss the gnome.
The furthest you can get him is 5 feet away from you.
I know.
Unless you push him down the hill.
Oh God. I think almost all of my spells have a verbal component, so I don't have a choice. I'll push him down the stairs. Not hard.
Not hard.
Make it.
The fog's at the bottom.
Make a dexterity saving throw, Ant.
Oh my word. I get a 19.
Okay. I mean, you're not falling, so you manage to man, I don't know how to make this hurt though. Like, how far are we going to make you move? Shall we roll like a D4 and
I will say Kyler's not strong necessarily.
Yeah. Let's just see what the gods tell us. So they tell us that you're going to get 15 feet.
All right. And I'm like sort of stumbling down the stairs rather than maybe falling?
Yeah, it's more like you definitely are falling down the stairs, but you're managing not to hurt yourself.
Oh, see, I figured he wouldn't take any fumbling because he's flying.
Well, I'm not, though. I'm on the ground at this point.
Oh, but I thought you
Can
could. Anyway.
I can fly, but it's not my
through
turn. It's not my action.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to shout, sorry, and let my word of radiance
I was starting to like Beaconhold!
This can't looking funny.
All right,
no, but that's where he's from.
Oh, that he's from, I guess.
I'll use my word of radiance on these two creepies.
Nice. All right. So what do you say?
I just shout, sorry.
Oh, that's right. You said that. Yeah. So I know what number that was is 12.
And if they're making saves right now.
Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna use my second portent roll and have the one beside me roll a 4.
Okay, so that's a fail from that one, and the other one, it's a con save. They succeed.
Right.
So the one just goes poof in a hail of radiant damage, and the other one is still there. Kyler, anything else on your turn?
This thing hit. My creepy crawly died. Ant's fragment is still, but he's not. Yeah. But Ant's fragment is not directly beside me.
Correct. That's
okay,
right.
so then I will move down the stairs to where I threw Ant and kind of just have his back. And if the creepy crawly comes down the stairs, he'll go for me.
Okay, cool.
Hey, that was crazy. I'm so sorry. I really had to shout.
The stones, what was that for?
Beaconhold is great. Don't use me as comparison. I'd love to be the masthead, but not currently.
I'll trust you on this one.
Yeah, that's it for me.
Kyler and Ant are about halfway down the hill. You're not in the fog. The fog is all now collecting at the very base of these two hills. So long as you're not in the very 10 feet that's between these two, you will not be in the fog. Fortunately, that means that the big creature Girrardo and Zrill are currently in the fog. But Kyler and Ant, you are out of it.
Back to back, bullet time.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, okay, I used it. So it is now the creature's turn, and they are going to slam at Zrill.
Yep.
They roll a 18 to hit.
Oh, barely.
Yeah.
We
It's a
have
bit Marcia.
we have a squeak, and this time
Oh, no.
it's for you, Ant.
Oh, it is. Okay.
That's your ghostly hand that shadows your own. You feel its hunger, and it reaches out uncontrollably towards another creature.
Sorry, Kyler.
Hey, I deserve it.
There are 3 creatures within 30 feet of you. Big, fierce,
Oh.
ropey creature, the fragment at the top of the stairs, and your buddy. So let's roll a d6. Fragments 1 and 2, Kyler's 3, 4, and big guys 5, 6. So 1. So with the creepy hand swoops towards the fragment at the top of the stairs.
I duck.
It's okay.
The fragment has no choice but to take it, and you see the it crumples all up inside the necrotic hand, and it is gone.
You shall not pass. Do I get hit points back from him?
handy.
Ooh.
Yeah, you do. You get 1 hit point.
Yeah. I'll take it. I'll take anything right now.
Okay. It was the big creature's turn, and it was attempting to hit Zrill and had rolled a 18, which hit.
Yeah.
So that is it's the first time it's managed to hit one of you guys, I think, with.
Yeah. And I have an AC of 17 right now.
Oh my god.
So that is 7 bludgeoning.
Jeez.
And the second one
Oh, what?
is a I rolled an 18 on the first one? So the other one is a 17. They rolled an 11 and a 10.
Okay.
So that's do you have an AC of 17?
Yeah.
So you just barely beat it. Right. Right.
Oh,
Whew.
good.
So close. Almost a second slam. Okay. But as a bonus action, you feel this little sliver go into your head, and you're going to have to give me an intelligence saving throw.
Okay. $14.
You made it! Yay! You feel the word this time. The word was ignore, and but you managed to shake it off. Okay. And what else is it going to do on its turn? Is it going to move? Is it going to run? Nope. There's nothing left to do. So it is now back to the top of initiative, which is Zrill, who has to give me an intelligence saving throw because you are in the fog.
Oh man, this fog is bad.
I don't want to go on it.
What did you roll?
7.
Oh no.
No.
Necrotic damage coming
Oh
your
my
way. That's 9 necrotic. And your intelligence score is reduced by 4.
Oh! Oh!
Okay. I think we should leave. We need to leave.
But it comes out as here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it is looking hurt.
Mhm.
Okay.
So hurt. Yeah.
Or
Okay.
Jen's lying.
So, what would you like to do in your turn?
I'm feeling really bad, guys. Like really bad. I feel like my only thing right now is to run away from it. I need to get out of range. So
Remember, it can only take one reaction, so it's only got one attack of opportunity. I don't know if you know that.
like ever or like per turn?
Per
action
turn.
of ours?
So it can't
Okay.
hit both you and Girrardo, for instance, if you guys run away. Didn't hit just one of you. Probably the first one to run away. It's like the prisoner's dilemma.
Oh no.
Yeah. I'm just not going to survive this fog for very much longer. God. With 25 walking feet, will I be able to get onto the stairs away from it?
Yes, easily. You are in fact just 10 feet away from safety.
Okay. I'm gonna try to run to safety. Well,
Okay.
can I hit it and then run to safety?
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I'm
You can
here.
hit it twice and then run.
Yeah, I can hit it 4 times.
Yeah, hit it a
Maybe.
lot.
I might just flail around. No promise. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Warhammer. 11 to hit.
That does not hit.
All right. Longsword. 14.
That does not hit.
Okay.
Holy crap.
Next attack. Oh my gosh. 9.
No.
And the next attack. Okay, 24.
Yeah.
So we're gonna hit it. Yeah, 25% odds. That's great. For 7 points of slashing damage, and then I run away.
Okay. It's going to attempt to hit you as you go. That's only they rolled a 3 plus a 7, so this is 10 to hit.
It doesn't get me.
You manage to escape up the hill, and you are right beside, like, Kyler, Ant, and Zrill are on the stairs above the fog. And you're about, Zrill's about 10 feet away from the creature, and then the rest of you are kind of staggered below that. Zrill, anything else on your turn?
I put my hands on my knees and pant.
It's a tough one.
Being hit a lot.
All right.
Because of landslide, I fell.
Mama's going to try to get out. Nope, she doesn't.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right. We have another squeak, this time from Marcia for Zrill.
Stuck on the stairs. Thank you, Marcia, for waiting till I was away from it.
So your feet grow very heavy, like cinder blocks. Onward, heroes.
All right. So you know you have the power of the earth sitting in your feet right now, Zrill. You technically have more movement on this. No, yeah, you have more movement on this turn if you want to use it, but I think you'd mostly hate your friends.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll just hang out.
Okay.
I'll just move on.
All right. So we now have. We had Zrill's turn. Lil's turn. It's now Ant.
All right. So we actually can visually see this thing now? Or is it
Yes.
still buried in the fog that we haven't can't?
I mean, there is still some fog there. If you were trying to, like, look very closely at it, you probably couldn't do that, but you can roll to attack it. No problem.
Okay. In that case, I will fly up 30 feet in the air.
Mm-hmm.
And I will cast Magic Missile at the 2nd level.
Nice.
So it will take...
Nice.
16 points
Nice.
of force damage.
Okay, yeah, it's getting there, guys.
All
It
right.
is. It's starting to like
That's-
smoke
that's
out.
great.
Promising.
As a bonus action, I'd also like to spend 3 sorcery points to regain a 3rd level spell.
Okay. Nice.
And that's it for me.
Okay. Yeah, so it is now Girrardo's turn, who is in the fog and must give us a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. 14 plus 0 is 14.
Yeah.
That's a win for Girrardo!
Yes.
So you're going to take half of the necrotic, but your intelligence stays intact.
Ball.
So
Ball.
that is
Ball.
3 necrotic.
Okay.
All right. We got another squeak from Eric for Girrardo.
My posse's back.
Oh, that's good. Thank you, Eric. I forgot what it was.
Thank you, Eric.
Oh,
Tailor-made
The whole group
for
owes their
escaping there.
existence to Eric. Onward, heroes.
Now I feel real tough because my intelligence is way lower. Well, I'm gonna rapier attack it.
Okay.
For 17 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Excellent. Everybody left me, so no sneak attack. 9 points of piercing damage.
Okay, nice.
And then I am going to run after Zrill,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna fast hands. Excuse me. I'm gonna fast hands. So I use my bonus action to take one of these healing potions that we were given earlier. Thank God they're on me.
And you are blessed by the fact that this creature has taken its attack of opportunity and reaction already, so you managed to escape without provoking one.
2d4 plus 2 is a healing potion. Is that correct?
Nice.
I believe so, yes.
Yeah.
All right. So that is 6 points.
Nice.
Feel a bit better, guys.
Kyler, it is your turn. You've got your friends sort of scattered on the stairs below you, and the creature with Maul inside it is about 20 feet away from you, the base of the hill.
All right, I'm just gonna back up a little bit because I know what those cinder block feet can do. So I'm just gonna go back up to 15 feet back to that solid platform.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do a nice inhale. I'll breathe out a line of inhaler smoke, pull it back like a bowstring, and fire Mel's acid arrow at this.
Yeah.
Nice.
This big honker. That's a roll to hit. That's a 17 to hit.
That'll hit.
Thank God. Okay, so it's gonna take. It takes 8 acid damage.
Okay.
But at the end of its next turn, it's going to take some more. So just let's remember to do
Noted.
that.
You can see like the acid sort of like just dripping down into the base of this creature. Clearly
Nice.
not done its work. And
Oh,
it
God.
is now. Anything else, Kyler, on your turn?
That's it for me.
Okay. It is the Scrambler's turn, and they are going to crawl on back up that hill towards Girrardo and Zrill, clawing its way out of the fog and menacing both of you there, so within melee range of both of you. And it is going to slam on Zrill. It almost had her last time. Oh, that's only a 9 to hit. Does not hit. And a 4, so that's 11 to hit. So that does not hit either. Bonus action. It's determined to get into your brain, Zrill. Give me an intelligence saving throw.
Icicles.
I don't have my addition score. The thing that I added leaves 2, right? My modifier, as my score drops.
Yes.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Crap.
The 16.
16 succeeds.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
It like has this whole pattern worked out of like eating away your intelligence, ask for intelligence saving throw. Okay, so
Great
nicely
feature.
done.
So
Yeah.
glad it came down.
Okay. That's the end of its turn, and something else happens with acid.
Oh, yes,
End
it
of its
takes
turn.
more 2d4 damage of acid. All right, big numbers. That's 5 acid damage. So there.
Whoa!
So there, Jen.
At this point, it's just falling apart. You can almost see Maul inside, and she has.
Hey, we're
been-
working on it, I promise.
We'll get you out of there.
Ball.
We go up to Zrill.
Oh god, how far away is it from me? You tried to slam me.
It's right beside you. Yeah.
All right, well,
That's
let's try to
fine.
hit it a bunch of times again. Let's see how
Okay.
this goes.
You
Okay.
could probably kill
Warhammer.
it with a step right now, almost. So who knows? But yeah.
Oh.
12 to hit.
It
That's
does
a
not
miss, right?
hit.
What do I need to hit? Is it a?
I'm not going to tell you.
All
It's
right.
in,
Okay.
but it's
Just
more
trying
than
to save time.
12,
Okay.
but
it's
not
more
a
than
lot more than 12.
12. Okay. Well, that's what I was thinking, but
Yeah.
well, that's not more than 12, so that one misses too. That was less. Oh, that's a 22 to hit.
That was
Nice.
it.
God.
It's like you
Warhammer.
have two, like your distribution is bimodal. It's like
Yeah, it's
10.
just bad,
21.
fine, bad. For 6 bludgeoning, I thwack it.
Zrill,
Oh my god.
Yes.
finish it off. How do you want to do it?
I have a single wielding, so I leap in the air and I smack it down, making sure to not hit Maul inside, where I can kind of see her. So I smack it down, and I go, "Leave me alone!" And I smack it.
And it like shrivels out in 100 little phrases and sentences and illustrations, and it dissipates. Now there's still the fog. It's going to take a little while for it to go away, but you're safe up on the hill, away from it. Maul, clearly really beaten up by having been inside this, sort of like tumbles out, but she is conscious. She takes a deep breath. She says, I only had enough breath for one spell. And it didn't do enough. I had no idea there were people out here.
Some of our spells, listen, I know what it's like to have your spells not do what they think you're going to do.
Ball.
I'm Maul. I don't think we've met. I know Ant. I know Girrardo. Zrill.
I'm up in the air.
Oh, hey!
Hi, let me get a good look at you. And I just pull out the little ruby thing and I kind of look through it at her.
Yeah, good idea. Roll a perception check. You have to, as you do that, you just roll a perception check and I'll tell you.
15?
15, sure. So, as you're sort of like kind of focusing it, you have to swoop down to see the whites of her eyes. Because you see nothing, and then just as you get to like where her eyes is, you see nothing. But you get the sense that is what it was meant to focus on. Because that's when all the little lenses in there just click into shape, and you're like, yeah. But, see, just small Thodak.
All right, I say, well, it certainly looks like you need a little bit of help when I tuck it away.
I was doing what I thought was a pretty routine archive exploration, and you were the ones who had gone down the spiral staircase the night I told you that it was looking really rough, and things kind of got better, and then things got a lot worse. And she says, and she gets up, she's takes her like her long jacket and she like dusts it off, and she takes her big long quarterstaff, which she's like, this was useless inside that creature. I couldn't get a hit on it either. And you can see it's really cool. It's got like these little crystals that rotate and levitate just on the top of the staff. And she goes stomping up the stairs, and she doesn't even stop to see if you're following her, but she like gestures at the clear crystal doors, and she goes to check, and she's like, yeah, okay, it's still intact. She says, I cast arcane lock on this thing. I don't know how long it will last, but have you seen what's going on behind these doors?
No, please tell us what.
If you sort of come up behind her, you can see that behind these, like, they're beautiful crystal doors. They were like etched in like beautiful flowery vines, and like a rug, you know, all that sort of design. And but through it still, you can kind of see it as though where it's not etched, it's clear. You can just see a mass of roiling fog and ropes and words being like flung onto the back of these doors. And Maul's sort of arcane runes and things that she has used to lock and towards these doors are holding bravely, but they are beginning to erase from the other side. And as you know, one of the things that these can do is erase written things if they've been in contact with them for too long.
I'm going to point my finger at Ant and cast message and just go, do you take a look at her?
How does message work? Can I reply to you?
Yes, you can only hear my message, and I can only hear your reply.
Then I'll explain that I looked into her eye and didn't see anything, but got the sense that was what I was supposed to be looking for. That she is in fact not the one who is responsible for.
All right, great. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, did my cinder block feet leave when I leapt at the creature? Or how did that just...
Oh, yeah. They would still
I forgot about those.
What? Yeah. Everybody
was it just part of the dramatic effect?
It would have been.
Okay.
I think so. I can't remember. Do we take damage from it? We do dexterity saving throws.
I mean, I took damage last time because I caused a landslide and I fell.
That's right.
But I was on slightly more stable ground.
It's erupting earth?
No, it's the earth tremor.
Oh.
We'd be knocked prone. That's all. So we were like, just your buddies were thrilled and just floored by what happened.
Literally floored.
Okay, good.
And you climbed yourself, followed Maul to the doors. She's like, dude, what's going on?
We were hoping you could tell us.
Yes.
Well, that's going on, but do you know anything about what that is?
No.
Well, we feel... How much should we reveal?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Bookmaster Thodak, if you would just stay here for a moment, we just need to have a little group chat over here. If you don't mind.
Yeah, and while you're at it, come up with a good reason for why that guy is here. I've never seen him before, and what is he doing deep in the depths of Candlekeep's archives?
Yes,
So how about you think about that, Girrardo, okay? And
Yes,
then
we'll
you
have
come
a
back
great
and tell
answer
me
for
what
that
it
in
is.
just a moment.
Yeah,
Okay.
Jordan, think about that. All right, let's go out of the group.
She goes and she's going to replenish her words and locks on this thing and give you a moment to compose yourselves.
Hey, guys, when I looked through the spyglass thing, she seemed to be on the up and up.
I have a long history with Bookmaster Thodak, and I do feel like if, Ant, you learned that she is not one of the corrupted, that she might be a valuable resource in this fight.
Do we want to Do we want to let her in on the information that we know that it's certainly one of the bookmasters that must be corrupted and responsible for some of this?
She could certainly help us get close to the other bookmasters.
Should we take her to Lumen, and then maybe Lumen can decide, or we'd have to. Oh,
I mean, she already knows something is up, and if we take her to Lumen, she'll know pretty much everything that's up at that point.
That's true.
But I don't disagree that taking her to Lumen might be wise.
And how do we explain Kyler's presence?
Well, I think if we take her to Lumen, we can loop that in.
Yeah, maybe we can tell her that Lumen will explain why Kyler's here.
Right,
Yes.
because we're not supposed to tell anybody really, because we can't
No.
trust anybody. But now that we know we can trust Thodak, because we had
We think we know we can trust Thodak?
When Jen, when Lumen gave us this eyepiece,
Mm-hmm.
like it was very certain that this
Right.
this would reveal the corrupted bookmaster.
That's right.
Or
That's right. I
bookmasters.
mean, there could be the regular form of betrayal and all the NPC
Sure.
things that happen, but it's not. She is
But
not a corrupted
the
bookmaster,
core
that's right.
the core corruption we would know
That's
about.
right.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah, you feel pretty confident. Yeah, you would be fine.
right. I guess it's just kind of. I don't mean obviously I don't know who this person is, so. If Lumen and Ptolemy are saying that people can't know about them and what they're doing, I guess you just have to judge if Thodak is going to keep the secret or not.
That is a fair
Correct.
point, Kyler. That is wise beyond your years.
Girrardo, you mentioned maybe a bag to take her to Lumen. we bring her to Lumen, and then ask Lumen if she's okay.
I
And
know
if not, we'll
I'm
just put Thodak in another tube, I guess.
I know I am not against that sort of thing, but I also feel like maybe Thodak has been through a lot, and putting a bag over her head might
Okay.
be a
Knock her out.
negative strike with this in this
That's
certain
fair.
circumstance.
I'm not thinking straight. It's fine.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I'm not either. Maul.
Let's say, I mean, for my purposes, can we just say that I'm Ant's apprentice in magic?
That's what I was thinking. We could explain that maybe,
magic
you
person?
were a junior acquisition, but and that's what we were afraid of.
That's right.
We didn't want to get in trouble for that.
Yeah.
A visiting scholar.
Yes.
Right. I guess I don't know where I'd say I'm visiting from. This is a whole
That's
different
fine.
place for me. So give me a town and I'm into it.
Kurzbekistan.
Perfect. I trust you implicitly, Girrardo. I'll say that confidently.
I feel like, Girrardo, given your relationship with Thodak, that maybe you should lead us out on this one.
I do think your advice is wise. Maybe we don't let her in on all of it, but maybe just say that we have been investigating the odd occurrences of this library, and maybe not mention another library, and then maybe take her to Lumen. Well, I mean, if we said we're investigating and if she would help, we could go straight to the meeting.
And she must know a
Right.
way out of here. She got herself down here.
Yes, and we could, yes. And then she would probably be willing to help us. I would think. We just saved her life.
That's true.
I'm intimidating.
Sorry, Ant, you work in acquisitions, correct?
I do, yes.
Perfect, thank you.
What if you're just visiting from Ant's hometown?
Which I am, absolutely. And
Yes.
we both,
And I knew it was wrong to bring you down here, but I wanted to show you because it's really cool.
right,
Yeah.
it is.
Great.
And sorry, what's the
All right.
name of the town again?
Kazbekistan.
I hope
Perfect.
somebody's writing it down.
Yeah, no, I do love Chezbekistan.
Kazbekistan.
That's where Ant is from. and everybody knows
Chazbekistan?
Yes, Pakistan.
that. Oh my god. I have a buddy named Chaz. Anyway,
So Mo has finished.
Oh!
She
right.
comes down, and she's composed. Obviously, still looks pretty hurt. She says, "I saw you flying. I was gonna I was thinking of like I need to thank you. I mean, we're librarians. We do this for each other all the time. Got a scroll of fly. Would anybody else want to fly someday? Would this be a use to you? She offers that to you.
On the ground.
And she says,
I already know the spell, so
That'd be
have
cool.
yeah, okay, here. And she says, I've got a ring of protection. And she takes it off her own finger and she's like, I want you guys to have this. Thank you for coming down here. I don't know, I really thought I could get out and I couldn't. She's like, let's go look at what's left behind in the mess down below.
oh, that's a great idea.
Be careful of the fog. It's not good.
No, it doesn't look good.
Maul.
My my arcane senses were tingling, but what does it do?
We really aren't sure. Something about bicycles.
Yeah. Or no, I don't know. It's just not good. It doesn't feel good. It feels
Say
bad.
no more. She's
Yeah.
like, okay, I get the sense you guys need a rest.
Yeah. So what he
Please.
does is
Yeah.
that. What just happened? It does.
If you guys poke around, you find that there is most of the books and manuscripts and parchments that this creature had been scrambling all up. And that is the name that Maul offers for this thing, is a scrambler. She is a little bark covered pocketbook that's called The Roots of Modern Society. And it appears to be about all the botany and flora of Faerun. It'll grant you proficiency on nature checks if you spend some time with it. And there's a rod that has a button.
Right.
Bookmaster Thadok, do you know what this rod is?
She'll roll an Arcana check.
I mean, I could have done that.
Well, you asked her. I've got an idea. Do you have an idea? Have you ever seen one of these? And she like clicks the button and then leaves it hanging there. Somebody tried some pretty spiffy things with this, didn't?
Oh, yeah.
Gerrardo,
Gerrardo, why don't you take it, Gerrardo?
Yeah, I go and try and grab it.
Good luck with that.
I feel like I've maybe seen
Yet
one of
it
these.
does not move. All right, so you guys play with that and figure it out. And I'll say you've got that.
That's a classic tier 2 item.
What are you going to say to Maul? What does this boil down to?
So, Bookmaster Thadok, we thankfully stumbled upon you today, as we have been investigating the odd occurrences of the library of late. I apologize for lying to you.
Like this is only happening way down in the forgotten sections. They haven't even noticed up top what's going on. So that was very astute of you.
Yes,
I note this, guys. You guys are really astute.
Thank you. Yes, great. So I apologize for lying to you that day in the stairwell, as this was an investigation of some import, and we didn't want to necessarily run into any hiccups along the way. As you can see today, this was a hiccup for you, it seems. So we have been investigating the fact that we believe these odd occurrences, and I look at the group and I'm like, should I do it? The odd occurrences seem to be linked to one of the bookmasters. Now, having experienced this with you today, we don't believe that it is you. We're fairly certain of that.
Not me.
Yes. Well, we figured if this was involved with you, you wouldn't be eaten by a rubble monster.
I'm a wizard. Sometimes we get eaten by a rubble monster. But yeah.
We do know that there is a meeting of the bookmasters happening very shortly, and we would like an escort out of here to get to that meeting so that we can investigate the other bookmasters, and maybe you can aid us in our investigation.
Yeah, I mean, I know that Old Flash is going to put on a little demonstration. I mean, I've always said if you actually want to get good at fighting, you go into the archives. But he does have the whole setup at the Coliseum. They've got a thing going down. I think it'll take us about an hour to get down here. Take us about an hour to get back out.
Should be enough time, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get there just before the demonstration starts. So,
great.
Do we want to do that?
Are you on?
Yeah, I think that's the prudent thing to do.
I think there's a way we can pick up like some healing stuff on the way, maybe, or like rest as we walk or something.
Well, we can rest if you knew of a faster way to get there, then maybe we could rest at the top.
Nope. We don't even know how we got down here.
We kind of got lost and stumbled our way here.
Right. Yeah. So as you know, I mean, the fastest way, and I'm probably the fastest one around this place, is an hour. So I'm sure it took you longer than that to get down here. Let's keep walking. So just walk and talk as you go up. She's got just one regular healing potion herself.
I'll give one to Zrill, the other one that I have.
And she gives it to you. For some reason, she's not expecting trouble when she gets to the top, so she's giving you some. She gives you hers.
All right, I'm going to take the one Girrardo gave me. What do I roll?
Man.
2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2. Great. Okay. Better. Not good. Better.
And you see many wonders, but because time is running short as your new way out, you manage within about an hour under Maul's expert guidance, you get to the top and you emerge from the center well, and you are in the middle of the upper layers of Candlekeep. Candlekeep is constructed in layers like a cake. So far, you've mostly been exploring the deep, dark chocolate of Candlekeep, but now you are up on the bright icing on top. And it is a sunny morning sky with wisps of low maritime clouds scudding across the sky. Around you are countless towers, turrets, and domes, some of them breathtakingly high. Each of them built over the ages by many cultures and conquerors, and the connections between them are bewildering. There's canals, elevated walkways, underpasses, tunnels, cobbled streets, and hedgerows. And as you leave the spiral staircase of the center well and head towards the Coliseum, actually, like your brainstem fear just like clicks in, because you see that there's like a massive ancient red dragon crouching there. And for a minute, like even the people at Candlekeep who expect this, that know about this thing, even for them, their heart just beats just noticeably for a couple, boom, 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 boom. But it doesn't move. In fact, you realize that there is a door through the mouth of this creature. And this is the famous preserved red dragon named Faerun, which is now the house of one of the mages here. You also walk by Exaltation, which is the ancient fortress within a fortress, which houses special scrying rooms, feasting, and judgment halls in all of your barracks. It's quite quiet because most people are in the Coliseum, and you can kind of hear that there's a murmuring of a crowd. There's about 400 librarians or so in Candlekeep altogether, so that they can spread out quite a bit normally. Sounds like there's a couple hundred inside the Coliseum. Zrill, you've seen the domed Coliseum from a distance, and your little fighter heart has yearned to go into it, and you've never been given permission or an excuse yet. The Coliseum is not open to air. There's actually like a dome of jeweled stained glass above it. It's dazzling in the sun. And on your way, there is a stately formal bridge that crosses a lily pad-laden canal. And there's these lush tapestries and banners that are so heavy that they barely move in the morning winds. And at that moment, a little voice from the tapestry, it says, "Halt and deliver!" And that is where we'll end our session.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh.
And thus concludes the 9th episode of Pages and Mages Season 2, The Eye of the Tiger, Chapter 1. We'd like to thank all of our squeakers. We do have, we're going to announce our winner of the squeaker contest. We have Eric. Eric is the winner of a Nothic Mini from Yeti Minis at YetiMinis.com.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Eric,
Tell
you
me
just have
what
to
it is.
email us at D20 Initiative YYC at Gmail. I'll stick that in the chat, and we will get you hooked up with Yeti Minis. So I want to thank everybody, not just our squeakers, but everybody who tuned in to watch us live. And if you're watching us later on YouTube, what's wrong with you? You got nothing else to do. It's COVID Monday. You may as well be hanging out watching us live. But thanks for watching us anyway. And so I want to also thank Jen Gerritsen, our DM, with her magnificent adventure, her magnificent panorama of Candlekeep. Emma Brager, who was running our sounds with those serendipitous sounds. And of course, our excellent cast. We had Sarah Bannister, we had Justin Bourne, Curt McKinstry, and Griffin Cork. So from all of us to all of you watchers, thanks again. Stick around next week, 2 weeks from now, January 18th, for Chapter 2 of Eye of the Tiger. And in the meantime, stay warm and safe and well. Onward, heroes.
Thank you, guys.